gonna do it.
We're fucking doing this, man.
Friends, semi-friends, quasi-friends.
Well, low quasi-friend is just guy.
Dude, I love that term.
Whoa, buddy. Enough's enough.
I want to see the transaction. Friends, semi-friends, quasi-friends.
Well, low quasi-friend is just guy. Welcome back to the Semi-Friendly Podcast. I'm your host, Austin, joined by my wonderful co-host, Codes. How you doing, Codes?
I'm good.
What are you grinning about?
I'm good.
You're surprised I even recognized you? Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Man. Dude, I'm fully vaccinated. I just wanted your reaction there.
Cool.
Yeah, right. No, I just wanted to talk about real quick my experience with the second shot that everybody said was a nightmare.
Well, quick question.
Yeah.
How pissed are you going to be if you do get it, even though you're vaccinated? Because people still get the flu, even though they're vaccinated.
I'm not going to be as scared as to get it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, but what if you do get it?
If I do get it?
Yeah.
I'm going to be bummed out because I don't want to give it to people. So, obviously that would suck. I don't want to give it to anybody. But if I get it now with the vaccine, the whole idea is that it won't be near as severe as it would be if I got it.
Is that what
otherwise? Yeah, it's like you can still get it and transmit it to people, but it's just, hey, you're not going to end up in an ICU, like, with pneumonia if you get it. Symptoms won't be near as severe. So that's the whole idea behind it.
Okay.
Anyway, everybody was warning me like, hey, the second shot's a motherfucker, man. You better get ready for it. Went, got the shot. Arm was sore just like the first time. No big deal. Everything's fine. I get home. Next day, pretty okay. Like, nothing really to write home about as far as symptoms or anything. I was like, oh man, I'm in the clear. Fucking 2:00 in the morning, dude. I woke up and my teeth were going, those chattering teeth toys.
Yeah.
I haven't had a real bad fever in so long. I forgot how fucking awful. Dude, being sick is the worst. Because you have a faint memory of what it was like to not be like that. Like whenever have you ever been like where your nose is stopped up for like a week or two straight?
Like a sinus infection or something?
Yeah, or something like that where you can't even breathe out of either one of your nostrils. And you're just like, all I want in the world is to be able to fucking,
right.
You know what I mean?
Breathe through my nose.
Yeah, all I wanted for all of yesterday up until like 2:00 was to stop doing this.
Really?
It was fucking...
It was rough.
Oh, I haven't had a fever in so long, dude. It scared me. Like, not like, I'm going to die. It's just like, I don't like this. And this is like, you know what I mean? You're vulnerable and shit. Anyway, that's what's going on with Austin this week is shivering fever and hopefully no AIDS. So how about you? How was your week?
I don't even remember what happened last week.
Is that just being an adult?
I was just reflecting while you were talking because I obviously wasn't listening to you.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
And I was just like, what did I do last week? Like
fucking nothing.
Work. That's about it.
Is that what being an adult is?
In the forefront of your mind is pay the mortgage.
Yeah, like bills.
Yeah. And
then behind that is, I know for you, it's obligations.
Yeah, what social activities do we have
Yeah.
with the children? Yeah.
When you were growing up, did you have all these activities? You had baseball.
Yeah, but a lot of times...
But that was right down the street.
A lot of times my parents would just drop me off.
Yeah, isn't that money?
Yeah. Can't do that now.
You can't?
No, my wife would never have that.
Really?
Everybody has to attend everything.
Why?
I don't know.
Who cares? Like...
They care, man.
When I did I wasn't like, if my dad missed one of my games or something, I wasn't like, oh man, my dad missed my game. He doesn't love me. I would just be like, Cool. Anyway,
He was busy drinking, man.
I was thinking, I was like, is this over with yet? Because the less people that showed up to watch, the less of an event it was after the game or whatever. So we could just get back to being home and not doing the baseball.
Anything.
Yeah, like, okay, I know if more than 2 family members show up, we're not going to just stop at Sonic and get drinks on the way home. We're going to go out to eat, and it's going to rob the whole fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, I got into it with my wife the other day because she was talking about how much she does for the kids, and you know what I mean? Because she was giving me
It's
some
not
shit.
a competition.
Yeah, well, she was giving me some shit about something, and she was talking about how she always takes some places and buys some things. I'm like, you're the biggest phony out there. I said, because all this shit. Oh, they went to, where'd they go? Brahms. We were out all day doing errands or whatever, and we'd eaten lunch or whatever. And I was like, I want to go home. And she's like, well, I promised our daughter I'd get some Brahms or whatever. I was like, but why? It's cold. It was like right after the freeze. I was like, why are we doing this?
You're like, it doesn't make sense.
It didn't click in my head until we're driving out of Brahms. I'm sitting there, nothing in hand. Look over. This is my wife driving. Eating a fucking ice cream.
It wasn't for the kids at all.
It's never for the kids. She's like, oh, I went and bought. Get it together.
I can just mute that channel. It's fine.
But, oh my God.
I'm putting everything on silent, man.
Lord, give me the strength.
It was a fucking...
Sweet baby Jesus. So I was telling her, I was like, it doesn't matter what you do. You always pin it off as you're doing something for the kids, but it's all about you. And she kind of like smirked a little bit, and she's like, no. I'm like, bullshit. You buy them the clothes that you want to see them in. You buy them the toys that you may want to play with. I do the same thing as far as that goes.
I was about to say,
But like going and buying them snacks and shit like that, I'm the one that never gets anything. She's the one that's fucking... She goes just as hard in the paint as they do.
And let me just say something real quick. If y'all came over to Code's Fortress, half the house is snacks.
Snack Central, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, if it got real bad, like we talked about a few weeks ago, I'm coming over here and raiding your pantry, and you won't even notice anything's missing because of the abundance of riches.
We will, because she's a food Nazi.
Is she?
Oh, dude.
Does she keep inventory on the fucking snacks?
She keeps a mental inventory.
She was like, there was 2 bags of Swedish fish. Now there's 1.5.
Or like
somebody.
If she buys cookies or something, I don't eat a ton of sweets, but every now and again I'll go on a bender or whatever, you know? And she knows the sound, the individual sound, the unique identifier
of each
snack. So if it's like, something that we have
fudge, huh?
Yeah, well, if it's something we have a bunch of, she won't say it, nothing will happen. But if it's something we're low on, she'll hear it, and she'll turn around from the couch and look at me and be like, getting that last brownie, huh? I'm like, you fucking food Nazi, dude. Don't worry about what I'm doing. She's like, that's all right. I'll just have to get more. I knew that sound.
She's letting you know that she holds the keys. She's like, no, it's okay. I'll just stop on my way out the door from work and pick up more because it's not that big a deal, is it?
She drives me nuts because...
For the last brownie.
You know, anybody in the house, if I'm sitting on the couch, if I hear them opening a snack or food or whatever, I don't pay attention to that shit. I don't give a fuck. She'll be in the middle of a movie.
And, you hear the audio pause?
You know, and she turns around. She's like, oh, okay. I'm like, fuck you.
Guilt trip you?
Get off my shit.
Dude.
I'm like, no wonder that our daughter takes food up to her bedroom so nobody...
That's why she's sneaking the food so she doesn't deal with the guilt.
So mom can't keep the inventory on that ass.
Dude. So you talked about Brahms, and that reminded me of the second date I ever went on with my wife. Or third date. It was early on in the relationship, whatever. We went to Brahms off of Fort Worth Drive. Uh-huh. And we go in there and we sit down, we have dinner, and we have... by the way, Brahms burgers are balling out of control.
That's what everybody says.
For a fast food burger, like just the taste of the meat, like it's great. Can't give enough props to Brahms. But anyway, we go in, we eat, we get some ice cream, we eat it, and then we're leaving. And I was like, I had the tray of food, and I threw it in the trash can, and I put it on top. And then there was 1 cup left, and I was like, hey, do you want any more of this? She was like, no. I said, okay, watch this. I'm really fucking good at throwing things away, right? Just being an idiot. And I took the cup and I threw it up and I punched it real hard into the trash can. And I was like, told you I was the best, real loud. And I look over and this dude's with his kids and he goes, ugh. Like he just looked at me like, what a fucking idiot. And my wife just fucking just started busting out laughing. Like I ruined that guy's day by me just minding my own business.
When he looked at you, you should have went,
shoot the J. Like along came Polly. Dude, I still we still laugh about that. Every once I'll see a trash can, I'll be like, hey baby, I told you I'm really good at that. She's like, don't do it, man. We're gonna get the fucking prying eyes from some 40-year-old dad who's dead inside. He was just like disturbed. Like, my kids are gonna pick up on that. They can punch things into a trash can. Which, by the way, if you ever see me on the streets, I'm real fucking good at it. Probably the top 3 in the zip code.
what if he was like, form was horrible, dude?
Yeah, that's what it was. He's actually a recruiter.
Yeah.
He's like, you have a shot, but you're a little older than we like.
You got some real prospects there, sir.
But, maybe not eat as much Brahms. Maybe go somewhere else. Which
I'd love to see you throwing away some Subway trash. That'd be great.
Yeah, cleaning up the environment, not eating at Brahms and getting fat. I want to ask you.
No, Subway the food.
I thought you meant like move to New York and throw away trash. Clean up the Subway.
Bless
and I'm
you.
not even drinking today. I need to ask you a question, and it was actually one of my notes, and that lines up perfectly with Brahms. What is the best form of ice cream? Like, for you personally, if you have to choose, and I'm talking about all types of ice cream from Bluebell to drumsticks to ice cream sandwiches, you know what I mean? Like, which one of those treats, ice cream treats, is the best one? Personal opinion, of course. Or if you see it, you're like, fucking yeah.
Well, I've always been partial to the nut cone.
Nut cone. Yeah.
Dude.
Why is it going on?
I don't know, but can you figure out your fucking technology?
Dude, fuck this thing. Here. I put on
Fucking
like airplane
podcast
mode.
faux pas, dude.
Anyway,
I don't even remember the question
nut cone,
because you're bullshit.
the ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck face. You just like
Whatever it's called, that cone.
the drumstick?
Yeah, the drumstick. That's
You like the one with caramel in the middle?
fuck yeah.
That's the
my
best
wife
one.
buys, of course, my wife buys the combo pack that it'll have.
Well, it's the only way to get the caramel.
That's such bullshit, dude.
It'll have 10 things and only 2 of them.
Oh, dude. It's a real struggle.
It's that fucking Quaker instant oatmeal racket they run, where you could only get the best one in the multi-flavor
get
box,
2
and you only get 2 of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like, fucking, God damn it! I want it's the raisin one. I love the raisin oatmeal because I'm an old man. Same shit. But yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I also know what you're about to tell me. I think, does your wife fucking bogart the caramel? Does she hide them in different places? Because my dad used to do that.
Well, what she does is she does keep tally. So, but she knows that's the only one I like. I don't like, there's the regular, the chocolate
one
and the caramel.
Bogus, dude.
So she will, it does work in my advantage, her fascist food ways. If the kids go to get one, she'll be like, that caramel's for your father. Don't you take it.
Why does she sound like an SS fucking officer?
Your father.
Yeah, your father. No, I'm not getting into. We're wearing these Nope.
So there's 2 in there. I usually get at least 1. Sometimes she'll let me have both because she knows it's like a 10 or 12 pack, and those are the only
only
ones
2
that I'll eat.
Yeah, and there's only 2 in there. It's fucking.
So if I go in there, once every couple of weeks, I may want one. If I go in there and it doesn't have, the vanilla is blue labeled. The caramel.
Pay attention, folks.
The caramel is yellow labeled, and then the chocolate is.
I didn't even know there was an easy way to.
Brown labeled.
No shit.
So if I open that thing up in the freezer, if I don't see no yellow,
close.
Shut that bitch.
And then do you even care who ate it, or are you just like, that's whatever?
Yeah, I'm just like, no ice cream for me.
No ice cream for me now.
Yeah.
But your wife, would she?
She's
if it was like her favorite dish,
well,
and
so
it got
she's
eaten,
such a Nazi about it. She'll hear the of me opening the freezer. She'll be like, "Your son ate the caramel when nobody was looking." She already you know what I mean? She just knows the sound. She's like, "Caramel's gone, son ate it."
and then you don't even come up here and go, "Hey, man." So
well, half the time he's sitting on the couch, so he'll look over at me and he'll be like,
"What do you want, dude? You just need to rock him a couple times."
And I'll give him the fucking just dad disappointed face. I'm like,
go throw a switch out in the street.
I'm like, no ice cream for dad.
Dude,
that's fine.
I think my favorite form of ice cream is so.
Oh yeah, hey. So what's your favorite form of ice cream?
There we go. We'll figure out this one day. I think my favorite form of ice cream, in the purest form for me. Okay, I gotta be specific about it. It's ice cream sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I love an ice cream sandwich, but it's really hard to find the right one because a lot of them, when you fucked up when you unpeel it and the wafer's like stuck to the fucking packaging, dude, and it's all soggy. That's when you're like,
the Walmart one, dude,
the lamest.
It's the worst. Like if you bite into it, it's
stuck to your roof to your mouth.
Yes, that's when you know it's shitty, dude.
It's dude. I'm telling you, as soon as you unwrap that Bluebell ice cream sandwich, money in the bank. You open that thing, fucking clean as a whistle. It is the cleanest wipe. Right? It's just like no.
It's a no wipey, dude.
You just fucking look and you go, that's a clean shit right there, and it's just crunch. That's how it should be. I don't want your soggy bullshit. That Walmart one is, they're garbage too, when they're always individually wrapped, and it's gonna be garbage when the wrapper's just white. You know what I mean? Like,
turn that fan off. I just realized.
What is it like bouncing off or something?
Well, I'm sure the light's gonna be.
Like it was last time. Which one is it?
We should have thought about that. That one. No, that one. Yeah.
How many?
No, that's it. Yeah. That's garbage. The great value is not a great value. But
it is on some things, but not on ice cream sandwiches. Fuck no.
Okay, so if you take it one step further, what about them Nestle Toll boys?
Oh, so that's my wife's
big
favorite
kahuna.
Shit. Dude, remember that?
I got big kahuna
at the Rangers game?
Yeah,
dude. Those are so good, but you eat I can only eat like half.
Decadent.
Dude, so rich. Eating it like, oh, my shit is gonna be straight soft serve.
You're done for the night after that.
Like whenever I go to wipe or whenever I go to take this dump later, it's straight soft serve. Just ugh.
So do you prefer that big kahuna to be completely solid frozen, or do you prefer it to have cooled down or warmed up enough to where the cookie's a little bit softer?
I want the cookie softer, and I want the ice cream a little soft. I don't want it just frozen, like might break a tooth out.
When it's completely frozen, the cookie kind of crumbles a little bit.
Yeah, it's buster.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be real fat real quick. Cookies, man. Chocolate chip cookies. You want them fucking solid as a rock, or do you want it chewy?
Chewy chocolate chip, dude.
Chewy all day, dude.
Chewy chocolate chip.
Dude.
The only thing hard I like is...
Be careful.
Yeah,
what I like.
No, the only hard thing I like is Oreos.
Oh, yeah, dude. I don't want a soggy Oreo.
But have you had the vanilla Oreos?
The golden ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them.
Dude.
Is that your kryptonite?
It's hard to go back. Once you've had the vanilla,
I know.
Regular Oreos are like... Oh, we should donate these to third world countries. You know what I mean?
I really like the regular Oreos, but you're right. Once you have the golden Oreos, but they have all these new additions. Like Oreo's gone crazy.
Mint.
Dude, my wife brought some home 2 or 3 months ago that was brownie and marshmallow filling.
What?
It was like a turtle.
Well, remember we went to that Asian store and they had boba tea or whatever Oreos.
Flavors, yeah, and then they have like fucking
or boba.
No, they had green tea. They had boba. Yeah, they have a bunch of different ones. You're talking about H Mart, sir?
H Mart.
Yeah. What'd you call it?
The Asian Mart.
You were very close, dude. That place is so fucking.
Asian Mart might be like the 7-Eleven equivalent of H Mart, huh? Stop on over at the Asian Mart.
I'm not even going there.
They got egg rolls on the rollers instead.
Oh, dude. Instead of like plastic bags for all your goodies, it's those big the takeout boxes, but they're all huge.
Imagine how bad the microwave smells at Asian Mart. Because you're just putting fish in that bitch, dude.
The whole store smell like, dude, people that put fish in microwaves.
It's the worst kind of person.
Fuck you, man. Like, for some reason, cooking fish, it stinks a little bit, but usually you're using spices and stuff and it doesn't really do anything. But fish should have, it's a rule. You don't reheat the fish, man.
So
don't
bad.
fucking do it.
Did I tell you about that when I was working at the hotel, that guy that did that?
Mm-mm.
So we had a shuttle driver, and it was his lunchtime, and there's a microwave at the back of the lobby for like when they put the breakfast shit out. And it was his lunch, and he's like a French African dude, but he came from some rough shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he went and put some fish in the microwave, and it stunk up the whole lobby. Like, customers were complaining and shit.
And it lingers.
Oh, dude.
Forever.
And the smell made me think that he got this fish from, the first thing I thought of was like somewhere in like Nigeria or something, where it's just nothing but like mud puddles and like tires and trash, and like that fish was just in a small little pond, you know, like it rained really hard and somehow a fish grew in there, you know what I mean? And it smelled like that. And I was working the front desk. I was like, hey, you can't be doing that shit, dude. And you know, and he's like, I don't, what's the problem? I was like, dude, that smells so bad.
What's funny is,
and it gets in your nostrils and shit.
oh,
and
dude,
your whole
you
day's
can't.
fucked.
You can't. You get home and your wife's like, "Where you been? You smell a little off."
It's so inconsiderate.
You're like, I was just at work. Pierre fucking threw fucking fish in the microwave. Mm-hmm. Come over here.
Let me smell.
Yeah, let me smell your dick. Why do you got glitter everywhere? Dude, it took me.
Oh, it's storming.
I was wondering what that was. I heard it. I was like, what the fuck is that noise?
It's storming.
God damn it. Back to your perfect depiction. I saw that in my mind. I saw the fucking muddy wasteland with like tires.
I'm
and
talking like 4 inches of water.
Yeah,
dude.
and there's just like shit on fire and against a chain link fence that's standing, but it's got holes cut out of it. And there's like a wild dog running around, and there's a lady like carrying shit back on her head. And then there's just one fish flopping, and he's like, tomorrow for lunch. You mind?
Yeah.
Dude, you know what? Fish is good. It took me like 25 years of my life before
Fish is good.
Fish is good, but there should be like a Minority Report team of like precogs that are like in the fluid, and then they're like, the fucking ball rolls down. And they're like, George at Walmart 3241 in fucking Sherman, Texas, about to reheat. Scramble the choppers. And then the fucking, like, at the Walmart, the dude's like in the break room and he's about to put it in the microwave. Ceiling blows out, ropes come down, like, get on the ground. Oh, well, it didn't do anything. You were about to. It's just fucking, we prevent the fish crime.
What's bad is a lot of people that like to eat healthy and shit, salmon's a big, you know what I mean? A big ingredient in their meals, but salmon reheated is not good.
It's any of it's bad, but salmon has salmon and
like
trout
or whatever.
I think salmon's real fatty, so that, and then trout. I don't know what it is about trout, but trout's gross, dude. You go to eat trout and you got bones all in your mouth. Like, no matter how good you think you do, fuck a bunch. Seafood is a fucking
beating.
It's a beating. It's good.
Yeah.
I think people that eat seafood a lot are skinny because it takes so much to even get out of the food.
Like crawfish boils, dude. That's the most work I've ever seen anybody do for food. You know what I mean?
And it's just like tamales. They only do it when they have like a massive amount of it to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you don't just do a little tiny.
You don't go to Popeyes and go 6 crawfish. I'll take 6 crawfish to go.
Or you don't go, I'm gonna make crawfish this weekend for me and my wife.
Oh,
it's not that. It's always like whole blocks come in. We got over 50 pounds. However, we can have Wee Wee on and he can explain all this shit to us. I don't understand it, but it's the same thing. Crawfish and fucking like, what was the other one I was saying? It's like, you only make it when it's a big gathering of people. Paella, you know.
Have you had paella?
No, I've always wanted it. It looks
fucking good,
you
dude.
haven't had it either?
I've only seen videos of it. It looks so fucking good.
Me and my wife have been like on a quest to have paella once all this shit's over with, and we can, you know.
Dude,
We gotta go. We gotta get birria tacos. We gotta get paella. If you guys have any other suggestions, please send them to cinemafriendlycast@gmail.com. But we need some better food in our lives.
We need a running list for sure. Birria, tacos, paella.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the way this is heading.
Yeah, dude. And if anything, yeah. I was gonna say we can learn to cook it, but no, I want the real deal.
No,
What's the other one we were talking about? It was birria tacos, paella. What's the other one we were talking about?
I don't remember.
It was another Mexican dish. I'll think it up. I'll remember. But there was one other food. Dude, are you kidding? We're good, but this might get cut short. If it does, we're very sorry, everybody. But power situation at the Codes Fortress. Thank God you got on the fucking snacks, man. We can wait. we can weather out any storm.
Yeah, will you do me a favor?
Yeah, what's that?
While we're figuring this out, can you shut my computer down?
You don't want it to just randomly get cut off?
Well, it just surged and my monitor went off and on, so I don't want...
I got you. Hold on. 1 second, folks. Talk amongst yourself. Oh, my next one.
I got a real doozy for you.
I got one, unless you got a topic.
Whackity smackity doo. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right. I was on TikTok.
Of course you were.
You should download it, but you won't because it's popular.
Not happening.
What was that? The whole house just shook.
It's probably my wife coming in through the garage.
Oh, I thought you meant...
That's just my wife walking downstairs. No.
She's got bags of snacks.
No. That's over the line. That's over the line.
She's not big. Well, she's 10 feet tall, but she's not a big woman in that regard, weight-wise. All right, so I was on TikTok, and this guy, it's just him, and it's this song that's talking about the best decision he ever made. And at the bottom, it's like best purchase ever, hashtag Philippines, hashtag no judges or something like that.
No judges.
And he was talking about best purchase ever, and it was just looking at him for a while. And
no
then he
judges means don't judge me?
Yeah, it's fucking stupid shit.
Why is that? Is that
safe space? You can't judge me. I said it.
Is that like common language on TikTok? No judges.
Not only
that
on
sounds
TikTok.
like an Australian
that's
thing.
like it was like big on Twitter like 5 years ago.
No judges.
No judges. Like, hey guys, no judges, but I really like fucking Hootie and the Blowfish, right? And you're like, ugh, but you can't judge them because they said no judges.
So it's like getting rid of like, I don't mean to sound gay or anything, but
totally, it's that. It's like, hey man, I don't mean to sound gay or anything, but you got a nice dick.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to sell it. Anyway, so he goes, no judges, hashtag all this, flips it over. It's a little Filipino, like Philippines woman, like in her mid-20s. And it said best purchase ever, right? And then I looked in his comments and he was talking about his mail order bride.
And it was a white guy?
Yeah. A fat white guy. And is like, you know what I mean? Just fucking living in like Minnesota, you know, just... Got a little bit of money because he's a software engineer. But I wanted to talk to you about
yeah, go ahead.
No, that's what I want to talk about is mail order brides.
How do you think it works? So there's got to be a tiered delivery, like a tiered purchasing system. Like if you get the Amazon mail order bride, you've got a 30-day window and all that shit.
It's a fucking money back guarantee.
Dude, what if you get, how do you think the Wish and the Alibaba?
So that's what I was going to say.
Mail order brides are
what countries do they come from and stuff? Like I think at the top, like the Rolls Royce of mail order brides is probably Ukraine.
Well, just Eastern Europe, right? Like all
Russia and Ukraine, like the Russian doll kind of look.
Yeah.
That's the one that's probably the most desirable. I'm not saying they're the best women on the planet. After watching 90 Day Fiance for a few years, I could tell you that most of them are terrible. Most of them are. But
this is going to be controversial, but I wonder if it's just so shitty over there that they're willing to let other people pimp them out so that they can come up. You know, I don't know.
That's what it is. They want to escape and they want to.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like people portray it as like they're being taken advantage of and it's human trafficking. But sometimes it feels they're just like, it sucks over here so bad that I'm willing to suck 40-year-old nerd dick to get out of this piece of shit.
Have sex with this 500-pound man once or twice a week.
And I'm sure there is trafficking and all that. I know
there definitely is, and that's horrible. But
a lot of it seems like it's just
there is legit, and that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Is like the fucking legitimate, like, hey, the girl signed up for the service. The fucking horrible, socially awkward, borderline autistic fucking guy who
on the spectrum,
like that doesn't know how to deal with normal people. All of a sudden gets to buy a woman. And then she has to deal with whatever he fucking wants. Like,
yeah.
But I just wanted to talk. I don't want to get into the serious parts of this shit. I want to look at it through a funny lens.
So on the ones that they're not being taken advantage of, the ones where it's the transaction.
Yep.
The transaction is just them skimming off the top. They're the middleman or whatever. I would assume that there has to be reciprocated. Like he's like, that one, want it. And she has
totally.
And she has to go, fine. You know what I mean? How rejected do you have to feel
if the dude doesn't pick you?
No. If you pick the girl and you're like, want it, buy it now, PayPal.
Buy it now.
And she's like, no, thanks. And you're like, no, this site says I get to buy you.
Yeah, this isn't how it works.
No, thanks. I'd be like, fuck, I can't even buy a bitch, dude.
Dude, that's suicide. Like that's
worthy, yeah.
That's I gotta look in the mirror and go, do I hit the gym 5 days a week or do I just put a gun in my mouth? Like which way and obviously I'm lazy because I just want to buy a woman instead of trying to like build a relationship with somebody out in my country.
Yeah.
But I was just sitting there and I was like, dude, would you, if you had a mail order bride, would you fucking tell anybody about it? Or would you say like, no, I met her at Target?
How often is the case though that it's obvious?
100% of the time.
You know what I mean? You don't have to tell them; they know.
Yeah, but like, that's what I'm saying. Like, would you even bring up how you met? Like, if somebody goes, "Hey, how did you guys meet?"
Yeah.
Do you go, "Oh, well, we met on the internet," and leave it at that, or do you go, "I picked her out of a lineup of 7 other Yugoslavian whores"? You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, you don't tell people. Now, if it's asked of you, you just say, "Yeah, you met online," right? You can't.
That's all you can say, and it's technically true. I met her online. Oh yeah, what website?
Russian pussy, the number 4 sale. Russian pussy for sale.
.org.
.net.
.net.
It's got to be a .net.
.net because I don't have to pay any. Yeah,
it's got to be a .net.
But then, okay, so out of all the countries in the world, I think the most popular ones are probably it's going to be like Eastern European, like Ukraine, shit like that, right? And then right below that, probably like Philippines.
Yeah.
Or like Thailand.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
But isn't there also like a lot of like Colombian?
Do they do that? Like South America?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of South America shit too.
Do they really?
But I don't know if it's middleman. I think it's just you can go to the chat or, you find somebody online that wants to get out.
Dude, I think you're right. I think it is Colombia because there's a lot of 90-day fiancés.
Is there?
Shit from Colombia, and it's almost always mail order bride shit.
And I think it's the ones that are hit real hard. So you've got the Brazils, the Honduras, the Ecuador, like all that shit that you're close enough to where you get a little taste of that America. You can sniff it. You're like, and then I want some of that America.
Your cousin, his dad moved to America in like the 40s and started a business, and it's really popular. So your cousin comes back all the time from America, and he's got gifts.
He's really just a fucking fruit cart guy. You know what I mean? My uncle is American royalty over there.
Yeah, here is a fossil watch. Very, very expensive. Take that. Don't drop it. Okay. This is what's called Maruchan ramen.
Right. He only shops at the finest of stores. Kohl's,
and Walmart. Walmart, yes. or sometimes you have to have a membership here, but Sam's American Club, yeah, we go there.
He's a card carrying member.
He's a card carrying member. It's pretty exclusive, dude. But you want to see the transaction at the handjob parlor. I want to see the transaction of the mail order bride. I want to see full blown the process, and I want to know what the woman's really thinking, because no matter what, it's bittersweet. So like, I'm leaving home, but I get to go to America, which is this promised land where, anything can happen.
Right.
but I gotta suck this fat guy's dick all the time.
I think they're so eager, like they don't see the forest for the trees or whatever.
They're just ready to go.
They don't think about the dick sucking. You know what I mean? They in the very back of their mind, there's a little dick sucking. You know what I mean? They're like, it's gonna happen at some point, but I'm gonna get there first, get settled, maybe find a dog. You know what I mean? Maybe he'll take me to Panda Express or something. You know, and then we'll start thinking about the dick sucking, but not until then.
I worked with a mail order bride.
Really?
At Walmart. She was from the Philippines, and the guy. So I thought she was like maybe 30. Turns out she was 50. Like she looked young as shit, right?
Like that movie where that girl was like,
oh, no orphan,
30, and she was like
the orphan with the
portraying herself as
serial
a
killer.
12-year-old.
Yeah. No. So her husband, the guy who bought her, was like 60 something, and I don't think he bought her for banging. I think he
Companionship.
Yeah, he would come every day and bring her lunch, and like they had a little toy like Chihuahua, and he'd bring it in, and like she would play with the dog or whatever. And so I started getting curious about it and asking her like, "Do you like America?" She's like, "I love America." She's like, "This job, so much money." And I was like,
$8.25 ain't a whole lot.
Kind of put things into perspective a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And then she told me, she was like, my entire paycheck, the only reason why I work, she was like, my husband pays for everything. So the only reason why I work is every dollar I make, I send it back home.
Oh,
so all the Walmart checks just go straight back to her family at the Philippines. And she's like, for them, it's like they went from being poor to being upper middle class now with the money I send them. And we're fine here. He's a truck driver, blah, blah, blah. And
of course he's a truck driver.
Right? Yeah. So she's like, he's barely home. And when he is home, he's really sweet and blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, cool. But then I asked her, I was like, so is America everything you thought it would be? She was like, so much better.
Really?
I was like, you're in Corinth, Texas. You know what I mean? Like, it's not terrible.
Yeah.
But it's also not great. She was like, no, it's amazing. She was just like, if I want food, I just go get it.
Oh.
She was like, you don't understand how powerful it is for me to just have the option to go, you know what, today I want this instead of that, just to have the choice. She was like, my parents still don't believe it. And I was like, wow. So maybe that's the real reason. It's just like, you know, the land of opportunity, but also stability and safety. But then they get over here and then the pandemic happens and the dude loses his job and then she's trying to learn English, but all she knows is the bad words because he's like beating her every night. Sorry. But mail order brides, dude, could you, if you wouldn't have met your wife and you went, let's say you went into your early 40s, single.
I wouldn't because I got skills.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Sir.
I'm just saying if that was how it played out and you were a 40-year-old, not virgin, but 40-year-old guy who had very limited experience and no prospects, would you look to the mail order bride sites?
No, because I'm scared of shit like that.
I'd be afraid they'd come and kill me and take my money.
Well, I'm afraid. So at some point, I don't know how you line up the transaction, but at some point, money's got to change hands. And so do they want the down payment for the pussy up front? You know what I mean? It's like, I would be so afraid that I give them the $5,000 down on the $15,000 lady, and then I just never hear back from anybody.
Yeah, how much?
And you know that happens all the time.
How much is it?
Because you're not going to a reputable site in the first place.
And you're never involved with upstanding businessman. The people who are involved in that business are the mob or the drug dealer boyfriend who beats up the sad sap who comes just with the money. You know what I mean? And you know every situation is you're at the end of the street. You're like, all right, so you want to walk her over first, and then I'll meet you in the middle with the, like, you know what I mean? Like,
what if you're walking down the streets of New York and you bump into a guy that's got the fucking old school brick, big old cell phone, you know, it's probably in the 90s or whatever. You bump into him and he's like, God, trying to sell pussy over here. Yeah. Excuse me.
Buy, sell. Get Rachel out there. Yeah. Helga's up next. Get her to wash that pussy up.
No, I'd be afraid. I used to work at a bank, so I have a little bit of an idea of how money is moved around. And if I know for deposits, if you deposit anything over $9,999, they have to fill out forms.
Yeah, for the IRS.
Because they track it too. They want, because they fill out what's called a SAR, which is a suspicious activity report. Mm-hmm. And so I would assume to pay for this pussy, you'd have to do it in installments or something. You couldn't do, if she was 15 grand, you couldn't.
How much do you think they are?
They got to be up there, dude.
I would
a human being.
It's a human being, and
it's not some purebred fucking Rottweiler from Germany or something, you know?
Hold on, I'm gonna Google it real quick. I'm just gonna say how much are mail order.
Yeah, you keep that search history on your phone.
Yeah. What is my wife gonna get mad?
No,
like, she knows.
Big Brother's gonna be, Amazon's gonna be sending you ads for
a mail order bride on Instagram. Oh, wait, targeted ads are like, "Hey, big boy, do you speak Russian? Just a little bit."
Let me flip my phone over. The microphone's probably catching this shit too. I don't want to get caught up in that.
Mail order bride. Oh man, I want to know if.
Cheap? Can we get a couple of them?
No, there's a fucking.
Is there a twofer?
The very first result is like a breakdown, a table of like expected expenses from this site, wherewomenchaseyou.com.
Ooh, who doesn't want that?
/ mail order bride. So, dating site, $40 a month for the dating site, just so you can peruse the wares.
I don't know if it's that cheap. Then I would assume it's hard. You don't get a whole lot of hits, because if it were like within a first week or two, you're sinking your teeth in. It's got to be, it would be more expensive. It'd be a couple $100 a month, because they're like, you know, the turnover. You know,
I mean, we're talking about this site. The $40 a month one is probably the Nigeria with the tires on fire.
They're getting puddle fish and shit.
Pierre's back there fucking microwaving the fucking puddle fish. Yeah, you know it's not sophisticated like Tinder. It's like, I'm Amy. I like America.
Yeah. That's it.
Like,
that's all you get.
And then it has romance tour, $3,000. That's optional. Visas.
That's optional.
$1,700 for the visa.
Wait a minute. Romance tour. Does that mean you go fuck them in their home location?
I think so.
Oh.
Agency expense, $2,500.
They got to make their money.
Accommodation, $2,500. Food, $50. From start to end, a mail order bride will generally cost, depending on country,
$9,999.
yeah, $2,000 to $21,000.
That's it?
Yeah.
We're in the wrong business, dude.
Dude, where do you go and pay $2,000 for a wife? What fucking country? That's North Korea shit. Like,
yeah,
that's a fugitive. Like, this person has to move away from this country.
I would like to see them looking at their inventory, like, yeah, the old
what's the day to day?
The old herd's getting large. I need to offload some of these broads.
Get the one with the baby hands out of here. Yeah. Get them $2,000.
Yeah. Baby hands. We're putting a special out on baby hands. She's been in the stable for too long.
6 months is too goddamn long. But dude, like, think about that. That's a fucking. But at that same token, I understand if I was a woman in one of those countries and I wanted to get out.
That's your way out, yeah.
That's the way out. What are you gonna do? Fly over to Mexico and then fucking cross the border? Like, how do you move to America illegally?
A lot of people do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people do it that way, right?
Not if we build that wall, brother.
Hey, man, it's only covering, 600 miles right now? Imagine, yeah, unscalable. Give me a break.
You know what they need to do on that wall?
What?
They need to get those fucking, the guns from American Gladiators. The fucking, with the shield on
ball,
it.
Yeah.
Fucking just be popping them with tennis balls. Boonk.
Dude, they give them those fucking hamster balls, and they're like, all right, if you can get in that hamster ball and somehow get up this wall, welcome in, brothers. Like, hell yeah, we'll give you American
card, everything you need.
We'll give you everything. You make it up here, brother. Yeah. But also, Thunder and fucking
Officer Thunder Rodriguez over here
and Hot Rod are going to be shooting at you with these fucking guns. And they just play. Dude, that would be awesome.
Yeah. That's why we're not in politics.
Dude, I wanted to be on American Gladiators. Not as one of the gladiators, but I wanted to.
It was one of those things to where I knew I wasn't built for guts, but I always aspired to be on American Gladiators. You know what I mean?
Because like, when I grow up, when I get my pubes in and my muscles start getting bigger, gladiators don't stand a fucking chance. Ice and laser.
I wanted so bad to shoot that Nerf rocket at the bullseye that would fucking send the gladiator off the shit. God.
That is a show that I always anytime I even saw a glimpse of it, I'd sit down and watch it because I was just like, man, it's just like my favorite things, like contraptions and stunts and like everything into a fucking they don't. There's nothing like it now, right?
What I hated was, say Laser comes out, everybody's rooting for him. I didn't know anybody locally, any of my peers that actually liked any of the gladiators. I always hated them. Like, that dude's a dickhead.
No, they're all dickheads, and they like knock the everyday man off the
and then
fucking
they fucking
thing,
twirl
like,
the shit on their finger. They're
totally,
like, got him.
Yeah, got it. And everybody's
Bring
like,
on the next chump.
Yeah. It's because the audience wasn't real fans of the show. They were just like, hey, we're filming this fucking show, and you just have to yell for any guy that's ripped.
Yeah.
Like if we're gonna put his name up above the cameras where you can't see it, and you're gonna cheer for Laser or Ice or whatever. Let's talk about this. Adult game shows. Is there one that you really want to go on? I want to go on Price is Right. I've always wanted to go on Price is Right.
I feel like they don't get accurate prices though. I feel like they cheat the system.
I think it's MSRP. It's not real. Well, you know too much. Okay, you can't. Well, on eBay, I could get it for like $1,200.
Right.
On Amazon Prime Day, they had it for $10.99.
Yeah.
But I think Home Depot still sells it for $14. I'm gonna go with $1,400. You know what I mean? Like,
The Price is Right is cool. I liked Wheel of Fortune. My parents always watched Wheel of Fortune, so I felt like I got pretty decent at that.
I like Wheel of Fortune too, but I think Pat Sajak's kind of a smug dick.
Oh, for sure.
He's kind of he was overdoing Wheel of Fortune by like 1998.
Oh, yeah. What other game shows are there?
Jeopardy, bro.
Dude, Jeopardy.
No?
You can't hang on Jeopardy.
I know. I'm not saying I would be good at Jeopardy.
That's anybody. Nobody can hang on Jeopardy.
My aunt was like training for a year or two to be on Jeopardy.
Still wouldn't have been ready.
And then I think she went and like made it through the first round of tryouts, but got the floor wiped with her on the second round. Like, the people that just make it onto the show are better than the 99.9% of the people in the world.
Yeah. There's no way to be prepared for Jeopardy. You just have to be smart and just through osmosis or something, just absorb all kinds of information.
I think they have the superhero power that I always wanted, which is like great memory.
Just awesome retention.
Just fucking, just immediate, like being able to call back, like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? That's all it is, because really smart people, that's really what's going on, is their memory recollection is just insane.
Yeah.
So what else is there?
Fuck Jeopardy, dude. I love watching Jeopardy, but fuck being on Jeopardy.
And
you know
plus,
how embarrassing
Alex
that would
Trebek,
be?
what is it now? Ninja Warrior?
Too fat. At least Gladiator, like, there was some like physical, like punching or like wrestling type of shit. You have to be nimble as fuck, and you have to be able to. The whole thing with American Ninja is you have to be able to lift your own weight.
A lot.
Because if
I
you
have
can't,
that course.
You can't hold yourself up. Like, I can hold myself up for maybe 5 seconds, but you have to be able to get across the whole fucking thing holding yourself
Pretty
up.
much. Yeah. Whether it's that one where they have to do the fucking
on the fingertips.
Oh, that fingertip one's insane too. I was thinking about the bar where they have to.
Oh, they throw it
like up the nose.
No.
I think I would do really good on Supermarket Sweep. I've always wanted to do that too.
But they had the Toys R Us one, didn't they?
Dude, for kids? Did they really?
No, it wasn't a game show. Just if you win that thing.
Oh, yeah. They did it a lot for Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Like, always wanted that shopping spree. Now Jeffrey's no more, dude.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Jeffrey. Dude, what? I think I know the answer to this, but what game show host from those big games, besides Alex Trebek, we know he was a saint, who do you think is just the biggest piece of shit? Like, fucking Harvey Weinstein level, just condescending prick.
Piece of shit.
Like probably a really bad person. Like old Hollywood, smoking a cigar while his secretary sucks his dick and he's on the phone with his wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like Pat Sajak a little bit.
I don't think Pat does that. I think he's a cock, but I don't think he's like...
Well, he's also a short... He got the short man syndrome.
He does, so he's always going to have a little yip. He's always going to talk some shit.
I don't know.
I think old Bobby from Price is Right was a...
No.
I think he was a piece of shit, dude.
No.
Yeah.
No, dude. I
think so. Yeah, dude.
No, dude. He, did you ever watch Whale Wars?
Whale Wars?
Yeah.
No.
You don't remember that?
I know what you're talking about, but I never watched it. About the people like trying to prevent like Japanese from whaling and shit.
He gave them millions of dollars. Like half their ships were
No.
half their fleet were.
I didn't say that he didn't do good things. I'm saying I think on record there's multiple things of him like sexually assaulting the girls that like present the products and stuff, and like just being an old dog.
When you're 80 years old and you see all that fine ass looking pussy walking around,
what would you do if you're?
You get away with it because you're old, because they know you can't do anything.
They just laugh you off. They're like,
I'd like to show you my price backstage, baby, and shit. Bob.
But it was all cute and stuff until like 1996 when Viagra came out, and like
I'm ready.
Yeah, he just walked in with this fucking dick strong like bull, and they were like, "What the fuck is this, man? We didn't. No. Y'all told us he was gonna walk around with his dick hanging out, but it wasn't working. Why is it? Is there a string?
He whips it out, and you just hear the yodel 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 yodel.
The guy fucking got it. He's like now he's doing a meeting with all the ladies, and he's like, ladies, I got some great news, and in about 3 minutes, oh nope, hit it, and then his little sidekick guy, the announcer, he's like, it's the fucking song, fucking, what is his name? Bob what?
Bob Barker.
Bob Barker's strong dick rises from the dead, 1996 Viagra style.
Nice.
And half the girls sit there and go, okay, well, he's still harmless. He's old. And the other half are like, ah! Like fucking bust out the door screaming like it's a goddamn alien.
Yeah, it's usually the ones that haven't been there very long. Like old Helga has been around, for 15 years. Tits are starting to sag a little bit.
She's like, it's okay. He'll just rub it on you for a little bit.
Yeah,
he's not gonna...
She's only getting the spots to where she's displaying something where she's behind it.
Chest up. Yeah.
She just pops out the side of a fridge from behind. She's like, eh.
Or she's in the car. They're like, and we promise us Helga in there and say, all right, it's just a little hand come out. Like she still works here.
She's got too much dirt on Bob. We can't let her go.
Yeah. He's rubbed his dick on her every Christmas party for the past 23 years. If we let her go, she's going to let all the Polaroids out.
Yep.
That fucking limp thing has been on her more than clothes have at this show. But you know Bob Barker was doing the cigar smoking, talking to the wife, getting his dick sucked, even if it was limp. He was like, keep working on it, toots. No, not you. Was that you?
Wasn't me.
That was you. Mine. No, it wasn't me. My shit don't vibrate that strong. You got that Android phone. Uh-oh. What's wrong?
People asking if we're getting pelted.
With hail?
I guess it hailed. Excuse you,
Whoa.
madam.
I sent you that video. I sent you that video of the other night.
Oh, of your hail?
Just out of nowhere. We're just fucking sitting there. It wasn't even raining.
Yeah.
It was dark outside, but it wasn't even raining. And then Bob Barker's balls, dude.
B.
You got anything to end it, man? We got a few minutes left. The other thing I got's way too long, so I'm not going to dive into it.
Well, let me ask you this. If you don't know this, then I won't talk about it. Have you ever seen the movie Fat Boys?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. I used to fantasize about... So there's this... I can't remember. It's been a long time. But there's this one point at the end of Fat Boys. It's like... It happened in a couple movies, but in Fat Boy, they're getting ready for something, and they run across this armory. And they've got fucking Uzis.
Yeah, it's guns.
They scoop up Uzis, fucking belt,
the ammo belts.
Bullet belts all over them and shit. And it got me thinking, when I was a kid, I loved just them. That wasn't me, because my shit ain't on the table, bitch.
That was an email from you.
No.
Yeah.
From you?
No, from you.
From me?
Yeah, email from... Yeah, I'm not going to say your email address now.
Anyways.
It says, did you know I'm gay?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to do
But I would get so excited because they were just fat guys eating at buffets and shit like that. And then they just roll...
They're action heroes?
They do this montage where they've got all this shit and they just roll out fucking rocking all this shit. And it got me thinking... That part in that movie always made me so happy because I guess being a fat little, kid or whatever, I didn't think about killing people, but I thought, man, it'd be so badass just to roll up on it. And they got me thinking the same thing happened to Nerds.
Yes.
where they roll up on, I guess just the selection. I liked the sheer selection. Like, you don't, here, you get this pistol. This is your, here's a pistol for you. You can be like, there's a fucking Gatling gun.
I want a sniper rifle that blows up tanks. Got rocket launchers.
Or even in Terminator when they fucking...
Oh, dude, when she goes to the Mexican guys.
I don't know why. I loved that shit.
So if you were a kid now... Dude, I'm so jealous of kids in the last 10 years. Have you seen all those kids that get like those Nerf armories?
Oh, yeah.
They get the fucking pegboard installed like underneath the stairs. And you just go down like in basements.
Well, you know my son's got the pegboard with Nerf shit.
No, I know, but I'm talking about sprawling walls like your son's got that little section. I'm talking
shit opening up and actuating and shit like that.
Yes, like some people have taken it, but I think it's dads who had that love of those scenes in those movies that were like, I want to make it a real thing.
I think that is true because I never wanted to shoot any of the guns. I just liked fucking.
No, you just fucking dude. How cool is that? You just walk in
and like my son, I made him that little pegboard for all his Nerf shit, but I don't ever like to like play Nerf that with him that much because he's kind of a bitch. You know what I mean? He don't have the kind of accuracy that I got, so I'm popping his ass.
He's kind of a bitch.
But yeah, I think you're right.
Dude, it was dad's like
because he could care less. He's like, just throw it all in a fucking
just throw it in the pile.
Yeah, have you seen the pile, Dad?
Yeah.
Let me introduce you to the pile. This is where all my fun shit goes.
My Xbox controller's in there somewhere. You know, it's like my V-Bucks cards that y'all got me for Christmas that I may have used. I don't know. They're in there. You know what I mean? My tablets, all three of them.
Yeah, that's true.
I bet it is the dad's and you know, when that's built, the kid has his friends over and they don't walk in and go, wow, look at this armor you've got. I like how whenever I pull this out, like that goes back into the, like all the actual, that's so cool. The LEDs look great. No.
They don't appreciate that shit.
They just go, I want that one. You know, but the dad comes.
The other dad comes in
and he's like, hey, let me show you this shit real quick. I've been working on this for a while. And then they sit there for 10 minutes with a beer in their hand and like, oh man, it does this and that. You know what I mean?
I see those dovetail joints you put in there, dude, man. Your joinery's on point with
that's all Nerf. It is. It's just a dad flex. And then they put videos of it on Reddit, like, check out my kid's room. He's such a great kid.
Yeah, in reality, this for my son.
Yeah,
I don't. I see where you're.
What?
Oh, okay. I thought you were. What happened? Are you still red?
No, it just stopped.
What the hell is that about? Oh, you feel hot.
Oh, did it overheat?
How? They're about the same amount of hot.
I don't know. Hopefully it hadn't been off that long, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Oh, what I was going to say is, what do you think I was going to say?
How it's the same as what my wife does.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I saw that shit twinkle in your eye.
I was like, wait,
dude.
I understand being a parent now. It's just a flex on everybody else and pretend it's for the sake of the kids. Yep. But in reality,
it's never about the kids. Dude.
It's for you to live. It's for you to give them things that you wanted as a kid.
Vicariously, dude. That's
why she goes so hard with all the holidays and shit. And
well, that's what. Just think when people say, "Oh, your child's so cute," you know what I mean? And then inside you're like, "God damn, fuck! I didn't look that good when I was that young." You know what I mean?
Did it do it again?
Yeah, it's off.
Okay, whatever.
What the fuck, man? These things are so janky.
Yeah, I'm not endorsing these products one bit. I'm not going to tell y'all what kind of video cameras we're using, but they've given us nothing but hard times, which is why we've had all these technical difficulties and why we can't even form a proper podcast sentence. It's okay.
Hold on, it's going back up, but let's wrap it up.
No, we're at an hour. We're good.
Repairing your file.
Dude, no.
All right. Wrap her up, bro.
Yeah. What a fucking
wrap her up.
Well, once again, thanks for being here, Codes. Really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do this. But yeah, let's get our viewers to send us some stuff, huh? Once again, it's semifriendlycast@gmail.com. On Facebook, we are the Semi-Friendly Podcast. On YouTube, we are the Semi-Friendly Podcast. Semi-friendly, if you will. And then the same thing for Instagram. It's it's semi_friendly_podcast as our Instagram. But anyway, please reach out. Suggestions, stories, all of it's welcome. We've got a bunch of reader stuff. We're going to eventually do another listener special at some point. I say readers and listen. I'm so fucking stupid. Anyway, Codes, you got anything?
No.
You're just freaked out about this camera situation.
And I'm so livid, dude. I'm so fucking mad.
Are you?
Yeah, it's stupid. It's back off again.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Let's go get some snacks.
No, it's on. It's on.
Do you want to go get some snacks?
Yeah. She better have the caramel fucking...
Do you think she will?
She just went grocery shopping. If it's not down there, I'm beating her.
She's going to need to learn how to... Walk straight. You fucking quack.
What?
Walk straight. You fucking quasar.